wizard is never late. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Get the fuck out.
Cool story, Hansel. The price is wrong.
Welcome to the CommanderSmiths.
We are the CommanderSmiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Larry Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
Hey, we made it. We made it. We had, not even 10 seconds to talk beforehand, and we're on.
Exactly. We have no idea what we're talking about.
No prep.
Right on time. Right, Doji?
Right. Right on time. Yeah, wizard is never late. We'll get
A
that.
wizard is never late.
Hers is
Nor
for
he
life.
early.
Tad got the hers
He
is for life in.
precisely when he means to.
I might as well get that one too. Get the fuck
Great.
out for Lowry here. Where is my buttons? What am I doing here? I'm all okay. What are we doing today, Lowry?
Get
All
the
right.
fuck out.
There you go. Let it
I like
ride.
that one.
Yeah.
We are going to be talking about Planeswalkers. It's been a little bit since we've done an episode on that. Probably Fave 5 was a long time ago. And so we're things have changed. Obviously, since War of the Spark,
Well,
things
really,
change it up.
March of the Machine, you mean? Kind of.
Sure.
I mean, that's when they killed them off, pretty much. Like they lost their
Right.
sparks or whatever.
So, but I mean, like, they did a build up, and now it's kind of like when it comes to hype on Planeswalkers, and they've really calmed down on it. They go through cycles. Like right now, they're trying to figure out how to make vehicles and or stations and planets or saddling creatures. Like they want to do something like that, they just don't know how to make it work. And Planeswalkers, they're trying to figure it out as well. You can see it as they're kind of going along, and we're going to kind of talk about the state of Planeswalkers at this point. Right.
I mean,
Hopefully.
yeah. We'll see.
Okay.
We talked a little bit on text message, but we didn't talk prepping wise beforehand. We also have the finals for the basic land tournament, and we have kind of a interesting twist here that we'll see here in a second or in a little bit.
Do we get a tie?
Oh, we do.
Oh my goodness.
Well, there'll be something to that, so I'll kind of mention that there in a sec. And then also we have Stump the Smith Savant, and the crazy thing is we haven't done Stump the Smith Savant for like over a month at this point, I think.
Okay.
And the starting town, which we bought, the second round, we normally buy like a $10 card. This is now a $40 card. No big deal. So this is the prize along with a little foil proxy of this Inkmoth Nexus. And really, we're on week 5. So if you don't get stumped this week and you don't get stumped next week, then that prize that we finally can get to, the Ragavan, will be in play. So that's from
that card might be heading your way now.
Well, he still needs,
hyping it up.
He still needs two weeks here. So but yeah, so we got that going tonight. I'm drinking, which I probably shouldn't be because I drank too much this weekend.
Yeah, aren't you hungover?
That was a little bit, yeah.
I thought you
today.
woke up this morning and said, I'm so hungover.
Yeah, I know it. But it's a podcast. And I'm like, I want to be loosey goosey. So I'm drinking Spotted Cow, which, I mean, that's not really alcohol, right? I mean, there's only what, 5% alcohol?
I mean, it's a real beer. Yeah. It's
it's not real. This is just like water.
it is.
Compar-
It's not like a real strong beer.
Right, there we go.
But it's a real beer.
Right. So
That's what when they're saying if you have like one shot equals one beer equals one glass of wine, that's what it means. Not the tall boys that are 9%.
9 point. Oh, that doesn't work
like
that way.
beer.
Are you sure?
That's like 2 tree beer right there.
Well, that's not how I'm doing here. So yeah, kids are gone for 10 days. So we went out to our friend's cabin and it was,
Nice.
it was a good time. Kind of a crazy thing really quick to talk about. I got permission to talk about this beforehand. So my brother came over. You know where this is going because I put it on Discord, but my brother came over to sell his cards and he's been, needing some extra cash for stuff or whatever. And immediately like I'm going through the cards and I immediately see the first thing I see is the Underground Sea. The first thing that stands out, the big red flag, is it's a black border. And I was like, if this is real, holy shit. Because this is, thousands of dollars. It's not the $800 that a Underground Sea was or is or whatever.
Or revised, yeah.
Yeah, revised or whatever, whatever. So, but immediately I was like, this color looks off. Like everything kind of like, and I think it's because we make proxies so much that I was seeing that. Like I could see it's not obvious lines, but you could see that it's a print line. It isn't crisp like the normal stuff. And then you flipped it over and it's a near mint condition. So a beta, not alpha, because it would have the corners would be different a little bit, right?
Yeah.
The alpha has a little bit of, so I knew it wasn't that. And so then I flipped it over and I'm like, this is way too light. Cause those early sets, the back is all really dark compared to everything else. I was like, this isn't right at all. Like, I was like, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think this one's real. And he's like, what? So we like got all the duels out. He's like, these are all the ones I bought from this one guy. So it turns out this guy was at a shop. So he's at LGS down in Arizona. He went to the shop and he's going to buy duels. And the guy's like, well, actually come with me to my car. There's a flag right there.
Whoa.
I got them in my car and I'll sell you all of these, which is all the duels, Gaia's Cradle, Moat.
Whoa.
And I think that's it. I think all the duels and whatever. So yeah, I think it was like, I don't know the exact price, but it was like $1,000 for all that stuff. There's another red flag. Like he doesn't know that what beta between the difference. He just wants a duel. So like immediately it would have been like, holy shit, $1,000 for all this for a beta. Yes, that's totally worth it. Whatever. I did like the zoom in on my phone on the green thing and you could see it had all the little red dots, which is like a big flag. And then really the easiest test was I took my phone light and I put it underneath the card and it wouldn't come through the card. But on my dual lands, you can see the blue, you could see everything through it. And I was like, unfortunately, these I think are all fake. It was just like, fuck.
Yeah. Oh,
This is my
brutal.
first experience seeing a fake card. Like, I think you got one once. Like you assumed it was fake or something. I vaguely remember that.
Okay. So I have a concordant crossroad that I picked up in bulk boxes that doesn't look right. It does pass all the tests since we have talked about it. I'll have to re-look at it. It might have just been a bad printing or shading, but it does look like shit. And it's something that it's not in my trades, even though it might pass or whatever. But I have had I sent cards into Card Kingdom and they have claimed that I have had a card not be real.
Oh, really?
Not surprised. The Thoughtseize.
Really?
Yeah. And so I would have gotten that on a trading site, not my current one. I would have had that probably back on like Deckbox, maybe Puka Trade.
Interesting.
So I was pretty surprised by that.
Would it? They just sent
but
a note back to you, or did they keep the card?
They said this one doesn't count. It is fake. We have destroyed it. You're not getting it back.
Oh,
and I was
wow.
like, holy moly. And I was trying to think of it. I almost feel like it happened to me years before that too, and I had forgotten about it, but I'm not 100% on that, and I don't care enough to go back and check. But I'm just like, it would have been from the same person, whoever traded them to me. They would have felt really real. Like, I can kind of tell the difference between sets and how they're supposed to feel and stuff like that. So I was kind of impressed that I missed it. But yeah, they're out there. Make sure that you're checking on it, especially with those big purchases.
Right. And the timeline kind of matches because he said he got it during like COVID, and that's when prices were spiking. So like that's really the prime time when people are trying to make as much money as they can. So they're making fake cards and all that crap. So yeah, personally, like, I like Card Kingdom in that sending in credit for bulk stuff. I don't like buying my cards from them necessarily, but I got my duels before they went crazy. So there wasn't really the chances of those people duping duels when they were $20 a piece, less likely. You know, they weren't that expensive. Now I probably only will buy from like shops like Card Kingdom because they go through their process of making sure that it's real. For example, what they did to you, destroyed the card when they were like, this is fake.
Well, because it wrecks their business model if there's bad stuff out there.
Yeah, for sure.
That looks too real, that it's just tricking people. And then people don't trust the market.
Yeah.
Thusly, they'll be less likely to buy high value items. And so if you're destroying the stuff out there and you're catching it, you're doing a good job in that regard. And so that's, I mean, it sucks to get scammed for sure, especially at that price.
Right. And, he was counting on it for bills and all that stuff. And I felt really bad. I'm just like, dude, I'm sorry, but these, I was like, if these were real, you probably have like $50,000 in cards right here because they're beta, but he didn't think they were beta. He never thought it was that. He just thought they were the basic duels or whatever.
He doesn't know, doesn't know the difference
between the versions of it. So just be careful of that if you guys are curious about your stuff. I did find out that mine are real, so
you were checking against them.
I did all my tests and I was like, oh, what if I go through this and I find out one of these was actually fake? But they all passed the tests and stuff. So but yeah, so that was interesting. But he still has some value of other cards. So I do have quite a bit that I'm going to be selling for him. But, the duels are going to be the easy ones to sell. Speaking of duels, right there, look at that. We got the raffle going. If you guys want a real duel. Sorry, Joe. I got a scrubland right here. God, why is my camera not focusing tonight? That's weird. All right, whatever. It's a duel, revised duel right there. We do have the raffle going. So every $1 you guys donate towards that gets your name in there once. And once we hit that 325, we will spin the wheel and one lucky person will win that duel right there. So make sure you guys do that. So I'm just going to do our tags really quick. The other ways you guys can support us, free way is just subscribe to this channel. If you watch this video right now, click the button, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. The financial way is to become a patron. $1 gets you into the Discord, $5 or more starts getting you proxies like the one I showed a little bit earlier. Oh, I will be posting the Shockland Space Theros Shocks and Vivi or Vivi. Did we figure it out? Yes, Vivi. I should be posting that short tomorrow, so that'll be on the YouTubes if you want to check that out as well. But yeah, that's our little patron perk stuff. So not only do you get in the Discord and chat with all of us and everything, but you get stuff in return. And then the other way is you guys can check out our store, which is linked below. You can get these Yeti mugs that can hold, I put 2 beers in here tonight, so that can tell you that. Just 2 regular beers, fits in there nice.
Ooh.
Why are you making faces there, Larry?
Just playing with my eyebrows. Sorry.
And then we also have metal tokens and all that stuff on there. So if you need to get a hold of us, get on the Discord. If you're not a part of the Discord, you can email us at CommanderSmiths@gmail.com. All right, we're done with that. Let's hit up the tournament stuff really quick because it's an easy one to do here. So let me pop over to here. So we were in our semifinals this week. We had the Stained Glass Basic Land going against the Neon Dynasty land in one matchup. And then we have Unstable going against the Theros Space Lands on the other side. Lowry, you have one card left in this, and that is the Neon Dynasty one. Let's start on your side. Going against Stained Glass. Stained Glass was kind of I guess one of them was pretty close. Got a 56%er, but everything else it kind of was ripping through everybody. Where do you think this ended up? Neon Dynasty was pretty high up there too. It was pretty much killing everybody that was going through.
I do think that the Neon Dynasty should win. I think they're better. I think they're I think they really evoke the set. I think it's great art. People tend to really like Japanese style art, anime art, waifu art, whatever it is. Like they tend to like that. And so I can see that winning. It might be close, like 60-40, 55-45.
Oh, Lowry, you're getting called out. Fernando did not get the Discord link. You son of a beat. Right. He'll get it to you. Yes, write it down. I was thinking that today.
I'm pretty sure I wrote it down last week.
Yeah, I moved his thing to our folder, so I thought that you got it to him. Don't worry, Fernando. We'll get you that. Sorry about that, buddy. It's been summer. That's what's been happening this summer. I'm so far behind on the proxies and all that stuff, so it's been a summer. All right. Well, Lowry, you are correct. Kamigawa Neon Dynasty lands wins 67% of the vote. So they move on. So that's kind of a spoiler of what is to come, because I'll just show you right now. It's 50-50 with Unstable Lands versus the Theros lands. So number 1 versus number 13.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
All right.
Here's the thing, though. I posted on the Discord that everybody had until noon to get their votes in, and then I was finalizing it. Boop and boop. Am I back? Can you hear me yet?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
You can hear me. Hang on. I got to make sure everything's going. This is Audacity, man. Audacity's the culprit behind the everything going under. All right. Going to start record again. Okay. There we go. We're good. At least I know how to deal with this. The one thing I did lose is my music.
Nice.
And my volume's still there. So, yeah. Okay. We're good. Okay. So, the only thing we are missing right now. Oh, no. It shows music is going. I just can't hear it. Okay. Anyways. Okay. So I had the cutoff at noon. Oh, and by the way, when you're doing your editing, this is on air production. You're at 18 minutes in is when you're going to be having to do your fun edits here.
I've been that long.
All right. So at noon, there was one vote for one of the other. One of them had one more vote than the other one. Can you guess what that one was?
I mean, go with the number 1 pick overall, Unstable Avon lands.
It wasn't. Theros.
No.
Theros lands are the ones that won and are going to move on. Had 51% of the votes. So it's going to be Theros against Kamigawa lands here. So
wow.
Yeah, this is going to be quite. I know. I'm a little.
Do you want me to edit this so that you didn't say that and do a 3-way voting system for the finals?
I mean, I want to be able to cheat and like vote for what I wanted to go through, but I wanted to keep it honest and what the people wanted. Right. I'm surprised, even though we're at 50-50 here. Yeah.
All right.
So Theros. So it is a battle. We haven't had a battle of one of my picks against one of your picks. And the funny thing is, it's let's see, Theros Lance. What did I say? They are number 13 going against a number 12. A number 12 and 13. Right. Nothing in the top 10 has made it to the finals. So we'll start the voting tomorrow. And crazy, really quick note: next week we will be live on Tuesday instead of Monday because my wife gets back into town with the boys late Monday night, so I will not be back in time. So Tuesday, if that works for Lowry's schedule. If it does work for your schedule, yeah, probably. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing next week.
All right. I'm gonna try to reset the music here. I don't know if it's going to.
Kamigawa versus Theros.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Okay, let's jump back into the. I'm hoping everything reset here. I'll be able to tell in a second. Nope. I can't hear the music, but everybody else can probably hear the music, which is totally fine. I don't need to hear it. Yeah, I'm trying to change things here while
Just
we're
silent
talking.
for you, like it is always for me.
For you, yeah. I like having music. Oh, there we go. I got it working. Now I can hear music. Huzzah!
Great.
Good, great, grand, wonderful. Okay, so
I'm the only one here in the silence.
I don't know if we need. Well, I guess we'll keep the preview up because we'll probably be talking about cards here. So we are going to be talking about cards. So
We will. Yep.
Planeswalkers. We've talked about Planeswalkers through the years. War of the Spark was the craziest. That was kind of when we were getting started, right?
Yeah.
That was right around that same time, right? When we were getting started, War of the Spark. I felt it was like right.
I mean, within the year.
Yeah. So we had an influx of crazy amount of Planeswalkers.
Oh yeah, no. It was maybe the second set that we did. Yeah,
Yeah.
because we did Masters 25, and then I
And-
think I built. No, hold on. It was within the year.
Within a year. Yeah, because we did Masters 25 as one of our first things.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I guess here's what I was thinking with Planeswalkers is we've had the talk of like, I want people to use Planeswalkers more. Like I've always been like, oh, do this. But even when they made all these, we were getting sets with multiple Planeswalkers and we get like one that was decent and then everything else is just kind of like mediocre, you know?
Sure.
And I think, I think what they're doing right now, and I hope that they're purposely doing this, I think what they're doing now is what I want them to do moving forward is up that power level so that the Planeswalkers are like actually usable and actually really good, you know? Like, I think Tezzeret's up there. I think it's like just
The new Tezzeret.
yeah, the new Tezzeret is right up there. I don't think it's S tier necessarily, but Elspeth definitely is from the set before, which was what was the set before? I didn't even write the set down.
It all becomes a blur.
Elspeth, Dragonstorm. So Dragonstorm, we actually got Elspeth and
Here.
Ugin, which I think were really good Planeswalkers. We got Tezzeret, and then those are where I put at my top, and that's the last two sets. And then everything else kind of meh and to good or whatever.
Not all
They're
about Ugin.
you're
from
not
Tarkir.
you weren't about Ugin?
I had forgotten all about it.
Oh, I forgot about him.
It came out expensive, and so I just
Yeah.
kind of like, it's not something that I need right now.
Yeah, the only reason I got Elspeth is because I have a bunch of token decks, and it's like,
The only reason I got it is I got a Tad gave one
oh
to me.
god, I gotta get.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
What are your thoughts with Planeswalkers and stuff? I mean, this is just kind of the intro of what we're kind of talking about here, because I do have some points I want to make with all this stuff. But
Well, I saw. Okay, so there's this comment here. Planeswalkers should be rare and fair, and I think that most things are power leaping, though maybe creeping. But and then I saw Anderson's comment in the Discord saying, like, I don't know if I want to bring that up right now. But how? So what is the question again? Sorry.
well, I mean, just where do you think Planeswalkers could? So I guess. Yes, I'm going to ask you that because I have my thoughts. Where do you think Planeswalkers should be? Do you think that they should be War of the Spark type, where we have these uncommon ones and these rare ones and these mythic ones, and they're just all over the place? Or do you think that they should be very powerful and not as many like they are doing right now? Or do you think they should all just be kind of like okay, mediocre Planeswalkers, or rare?
So if we were
spot?
talking about like, I think they've had really a hard time balancing Planeswalkers throughout the years. Like sometimes they just take over. The obvious answer to that is like Jace the Mind Sculptor back during Zendikar. And that's not healthy for what they're trying to do in standard. And I do think that's going to be really hard to have standard playable, really good planeswalkers, because they tend to be mythic and they tend to be main characters and they tend to be characters that we get to follow and associate with, and they have their own kind of personalities, and have those same cards that are good for standard but not too good for standard, and then also be good in commander. Like those power levels are really different. I think it's a hard spot that they're trying to maybe do, because they do cater to us commander players.
Yeah, but they
and
also
so
have to...
I think it just depends on what they're making it for.
Yeah,
Right. And it's okay for them to make stuff for standard, and then we just get something that's maybe was too powerful that they mess up on, and that's okay. Just depends on what they want planeswalkers to be, right?
Yeah.
In my opinion. And
Where do you feel planeswalkers should be, though?
What I look at them as is mid-range value.
See, I feel like they should be the most powerful thing in it, because
I can see what you're saying.
Because when they came out with planeswalkers, I loved it, with Lorwyn stuff. Like, it was just like, this is how I pictured. We've talked about this before, but this is how I picture what Magic is like, especially Commander. It's like the planeswalkers are kind of like how I envisioned commanders were. It's like, that's the thing that is casting all the spells and doing all the stuff for you, kind of thing, and
sure.
I like that. Here's the thing, though, like, having these mid-range ones, no one plays them, and we're having trouble with people playing planeswalkers in general, even when they're like,
but in Commander, I think that's a problem
right.
for us.
Yeah. So they're like, I think you have a very good point, a very fair point, with, because they're generally bringing them into standard. They don't want to make them so powerful that it just overtakes standard just for commander players. But we aren't getting planeswalkers very often for just commander. Like when we got those really garbage ones back in the day that were like 6 drops that were just really bad, just for the commander deck. Those
From
really
the like
garbage,
the commander deck or the
garbage ones that weren't real commander decks but were.
Right.
I'll say this. Oh God, RoboCop did the exact thing that I was gonna say. The static ability is the thing that I think they need to do on almost every planeswalker they do. That static ability helps out, because that's sometimes the problem with those is their plus ability is just too weak and they get killed so easily. I like the Elspeth with the doubling the tokens, and with Tezzeret with artifact relation. I don't remember what is his again. It's when you cast an artifact, it gets a charge counter or something, or artifact comes into play, right? He gets a charge counter or a loyalty counter on him.
That's one of them.
I think they need to keep doing that. I love the static stuff because it doesn't feel like a dead card when it's not your turn, because the planeswalker can't do anything when it's not your turn, and so that helps. I also think adding more of maybe either ETB effects, like of things that we use all the time, like maybe like actually Ugin has that, where it has removal built in on it. It comes into play, you get to remove a colored permanent in play, and then it also has the static ability. It has both. It has best of both worlds. It has a static ability and when it ETBs. But if we had things like that you would use in everyday use, like if there was a planeswalker that was a 4-drop that allowed you to ramp, wouldn't you use that? Like, a lot of our...
we did. We had Garruk. The original Garruk had you untap 2 lands.
Yeah,
and that's ramp.
I mean,
right?
more so fetch for lands is what I was more saying.
Fetch for lands?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because you have, the elf one that makes
the elves,
Llanowar druids or Llanowar elves. You have, I mean, I think that's probably more of my problem and why they are like just mid-value cards. Like they're a nice glue card for me. But like when you're talking about Ugin and you're like, I really like that it has a static ability, and when it comes down, it's removal, but it's like 9 mana.
I think that one,
And-
isn't that 1/7?
I mean,
But it's still a lot. It's still a
but
lot,
that's the other part that I'm saying though, is just like if it's 7, 8, 9, like either way, the card at 7, 8, or 9 mana has to be huge. And removing one colored permanent is not a huge piece. Like, do you run Spine of Ish Saw from Mirrodin where it comes into play and no, and you can repeat that on a really expensive loop? Like, it might be really good in a very specific way, but like if it's 7, 8, 9 mana, it has to be a huge, like, that's where the first Ugin's really nice, is it comes down and you can wipe the board.
Right.
At 7, 8, 9 mana, that's a good card. And and if to whereas like you look at Jace the Mind Sculptor now, and I don't hate it, it's something that I do consider from time to time, but 4 mana to brainstorm or bounce a creature or Fate Seal is not a lot. I don't like the ultimate on it, but I do like the repeatability of the bounce and the brainstorm.
Right.
And so it's just kind of like 4 mana's that mid-range glue kind of card. And that's probably where I like my Planeswalkers at that point. The static abilities obviously are just better, but like it feels very much like they're trying to make it more playable, which is okay.
Yeah.
If that's what they need to do to make it better, that's what they're doing to vehicles as well. Like when they come down, they have some of them have that static or other ability to make them more playable, and it works. You know, adding things onto cards make them better. Right. Here's another thing that I kind of think of with Planeswalkers is they're like bad charm cards. Like charms tend to be overcosted already, but you just have those options.
Right.
And these seem to be just a little bit more overcosted, but you can repeatedly do it if it's not removed. And so are Planeswalkers good if they're not removed? Yes.
Well, that was my
But you gotta be able to do something with it.
that was going to be my next question is it seems like we're not getting as many when you get to the Planeswalker Ultimate that it's all like what we talked about. If you get to the Ultimate, you should win the game. Like you made fun of me on that, and when we had Guys Weekend, and then you didn't do it either twice, and all that fun stuff.
The line, for sure.
But it doesn't seem like we're getting that as much. You know, it's more 3 good abilities, but nothing. The Ultimate isn't always game. You're gonna win the game type of thing, and
but they are more obtainable. As well.
Right. Yeah. And I think I kind of almost prefer that a little bit. I mean, I do like the game. Like it does feel like an accomplishment that you're trying to get to. Oh, what do you have to get to the ultimate? Because even though it doesn't say ultimate on the card, that's how we always say it. It's like, what's the ultimate on that?
I think that's how they termed it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Wizards.
Yeah. But like for example, I actually want to pull up Elspeth and see exactly what she is. Elspeth. Because I know I like the first thing that she does. Where's my Storm something, whatever her name is. There it is. Oh, the first 2 are fucking amazing. You know, I mean, the static is you create the twice as many tokens, so that's nice. But you create the soldiers, you know, that it immediately is creating 2 times that amount. But the 0, this is how I've won games with this when we played this last weekend, or the following weekend.
That's huge.
Yeah, giving 1/1 counters, flying until your next turn. And I mean, look at that. The bottom 3 is -3 is just destroying something. So this is what I'm saying is like a card like this, of course it goes in all your token decks, but it has removal built in on it. So this counts as a removal card that you can use right away. I actually more prefer this than having an ultimate, because the ultimates, all everybody's doing is trying to keep you in check, you know, to make sure you don't get the ultimate to win the game. But when you have something like this, I don't know if it becomes as threatening. I mean, all the other stuff is really good. You want to get rid of it.
You have 3 viable options there instead of 2, and maybe you get to 1.
Yeah.
Because it's not something like when it comes to ultimates on older planeswalkers, it's not like you're going to be able to do it multiple times within a game, other than if the, you know, I think a lot of this, we should say that a lot of this discussion is not geared towards Super Friends decks or Planeswalker decks.
Correct. Yeah.
Because you're building the decks to really utilize Planeswalkers, and then you're using what works for you. Though I think that's a different idea and a different thought. We're kind of talking about like how many, like, why aren't we using them more in just all of our decks?
And
I think that this discussion is, we're essentially saying right now, and I think we both agree, that the new Elspeth and the new Tezzeret are a bump up in power.
yes.
And I think we both like it.
Yep. Especially Elspeth. Every single counter deck, I went boop, 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 put it all in there. And
Right,
I said
right.
it before, and I know you might disagree with me on this. I would probably use this if I had to choose, which most of the time you're not. You're going to put them both in there. But I would use this over Anointed Procession because, yes, it's 1 mana more, but there's more that it does than Anointed is just doubling your tokens. This is doubling your tokens. This is creating tokens. This is making it so you could win the game with your tokens. This is destroying a permanent that's out there, or a creature that's out there. Like, there's so much that this does for just 1 more mana. And so for me, Elspeth this is a fantastic Planeswalker. It's one of the best ones that we've had in a long time. Like,
Yes.
I just, because they've been upping the token stuff. Now we have so many token doubler things for white.
Right,
It's pretty insane.
And that's what I would say, like Anointed Procession, this Elspeth, and then 1 or 2 other versions. Now you have options.
Yep.
And I think this is top tier in those options.
Yeah.
I'm probably avoiding the tripler, because that only works with creatures. And then I mean, like, I like Mondrak as well because it can gain indestructible.
Right. I love
This
that
is a
one.
lot easier to remove.
Yeah.
But it creates its own army with it, or that potential just knockout when you drop that 0. Like that, this with those abilities make it really, really good. But those are probably my top 3: is Anointed Procession, Elspeth, and Mondrak. Like,
I'd agree with that.
and so I probably agree with you because it just does so much more for 1 more white mana.
Mhm.
But being able to remove it, if
It's easier to
if you're
remove than
having it come
enchantment.
down,
Yeah.
I mean, you hope that you have enough blockers, because people are going to want to kill it,
Right.
and that's okay.
Right.
That's okay to play good cards.
And like, I guess what I was,
So,
I don't want to get into that yet, but yeah, I was gonna say that the point that I was making last week too. The thing I like about Planeswalkers is that it is like an extension to your life, because it does become a target, so it can kind of save you some turns. But
I can.
Cole, get
That's
out
right,
of
Force
here!
Walk.
Get out of here! Get the
Hey, Cole.
All right.
So I just
out!
So with this in mind and stuff like that, like, I think we do really like a Planeswalker that fits within a archetype,
Right.
rather than, and is powerful within an archetype, and rather than just like randomly good at stuff.
Yeah.
And some of them become a little too, because like, I still think the original Garruk is like playable. I still like it a lot. It's untap 2 lands, create a 3/3 beast, and an overrun.
Right.
And all of them are playable and doable. And it's like, you know what? If I'm running overruns, I can easily play Garruk.
Right.
Like, if I want tokens in a green deck that, is kind of like Planeswalker centric or beast centric, or I could be okay with that. Like, I think it's playable. It just depends on how aggressive that your play group kind of is. But for us, like, how many would you say Planeswalkers make it into a deck for you?
Oh.
If we're saying we wish that we played more and we like them, but like, we're kind of discussing the problems. It's just like, how many actually make it into a deck for you? Or
Yeah.
into the original pile. I'd say we can even include that. Like, how many are even considered when you're building a deck?
Probably 1 to 2.
I'd say the same.
Yeah.
I'd say in the original pile of 200 cards, there's 2-ish Planeswalkers. How many make?
And
I didn't go through, but I probably only have a handful of Planeswalkers out of my 20 decks.
I'm going to be honest with you, and this is the same thing that we had the discussion when we talked about Planeswalkers a couple of years ago, is they get overlooked in that, not that because they're not good necessarily, it's just I forget about them. To be honest with you, it's like some of them I'm just like, I come across them later, I'm like, oh, actually that works with this deck. I should have looked through that. And that's just one thing that I want to be better at, looking at those in there. But again, they're easier to get removed. So it's hard to put them in a deck like if you don't have protection for it, because you're going to play it and it's going to get targeted. It's like, well, I feel like it's even with people that don't like attacking people, they're okay with attacking a Planeswalker. Like person that's like, I'm just going to sit tight. Oh, wait, there's a Planeswalker. Yeah. I'm going to kill the Planeswalker because it doesn't feel like you're attacking the person for whatever reason that is. I will say that when I see a Planeswalker out, it is one of the first things I'm trying to get rid of, because even if I don't know what the ultimate is, I'm like, well, that just needs to die. There's typically too many things that it does, and it should be working with your deck. But yeah, you're back to your original question, 1 to 2, Elspeth, like I mentioned multiple times now, every token deck has it in it. So that just got added once I got it, and it's really good. There's no downfalls to this card. Now, I don't know if I would put Tezzeret in my mirror deck. Maybe. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I don't have them yet, so that's one thing, but that is an artifact Super Friends deck, so that's actually going to work out pretty good. I do want to remember what Tezzeret's, what's his other stuff on there? Tezzeret.
Yeah, might as well look it up.
Which Tezzeret is that? There he is. So he has, whenever an artifact control enters, put a loyalty counter, untap artifact. Artifact, put a 1/1 counter on it. Oh yeah, that's also the tutor part. And then the emblem part. Put 3/1 counters on target artifact creature. So even still, his ultimate is good, but it's not crazy. You're just putting 1/1 counters on stuff.
But it's obtainable.
Right. Especially with his ability of being able to put artifacts and put loyalty counters on them.
Yeah. One thing that I do like that they did with like War of the Spark was made like hate cards. Like if we're gonna talk about, was it Ashiok, like killing off graveyards and can't search library. Like I really did like that. I don't play it because I probably should do it more. And then the Narset that doesn't allow people to draw more than 1 card per turn, like that's great card.
Yeah.
Other than when you abuse it, like
right,
if you're forcing everybody to wheel, and that just makes the game suck. But if you know that your play group is just drawing a shit ton of cards, or Ristic Study is abused in your play group and you want a hate card, I think that's a great card to be using.
Yeah.
And they're cheap. They're not, but they're removable as well, being Planeswalkers. And I think that's a great way to do hate cards. Not everybody's going to agree, but you can do something about Planeswalkers.
That's not a bad idea.
So,
like stuff that's douchey, like if it was a Ristic Study and you put it on a Planeswalker so you can kill it.
Right. I probably, there would be less of an issue with Ristic Study if you're doing that. But I do like what they're doing with like Elspeth and with the static abilities of doing really popular.
Yes, that's what I was more
mechanics
getting at with the static stuff, is things that are highly used type of things. I got Ugin up here, just I wanted to see what it was. So it is when you cast it, you exile a permanent, and then whenever you cast a color spell, you exile another permanent that's 1 or more colors. It's plus the 2 abilities are really good, and then the ultimate is that's a game winner. So this is an Ugin that's a game winner, because it's getting any number of colorless non-land cards, exile them, and then you can play them without paying their mana costs. So that one's pretty ridiculous. But you do have to work at this one. This is a 2-3 turn Ugin to get to the ultimate. So I guess so. Would you prefer them to do 1 to 2 planeswalkers a set, or when they were doing the 5 to 10 planeswalkers a set, like, or did they just have one planeswalker per set? Like, this is the one that's running it, and make them really powerful. Like, I'm liking this way better than multiples, because we already have a lot of them. You know, like you just mentioned that from War of the Spark, all those static ones or the ETB, like we already have a lot of things covered with those guys. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, I was sad when they removed from when March of the Machine came along, and they're like, well, everybody's losing their Spark, we're not gonna have planeswalkers anymore. I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. I like planeswalkers, but now when we're getting these, and we've had some garbage ones since then. I'm gonna like we had Jason Oko was pretty bad. Kaya was really bad. Quintorius was terrible. Ashiok was pretty bad. We had some meh ones, which also Chandra Spark Hunter, which is the vehicle one. The Aether Spark is okay. That one's decent. And then we had Kaito, which is also, that's more for ninjas, so it's specific to a group. And then actually one that was decent was Ral from Bloomborough. So that's the one with the when you there's
an otter.
Yeah, gives the otters, but that give prowess and all that. But it wasn't until the most recent sets like Dragonstorm and with our Edge of Eternity stuff that the Planeswalkers, I'm like, oh, these are actually really good. Like, I want these, you know? And so
yeah. I mean, the other problem is like, not in a gameplay way, but the last 2 sets they've been really expensive when they start. Like Tezzeret's a $30-$40 card.
Yeah.
Ugin, I haven't, like, again, I kind of forgot about it, but that came out at a $30-$40 card. And Elspeth definitely was $20 to $30.
And it's still
so like
28 for
I'm also not
Ugin.
going to pay those prices for a Planeswalker.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, that's going to slow any using of them. I'll also throw this out. I don't know if you have a favorite like Planeswalker, but ones that I would say that I'm most likely to use are the Tezzeret line. Those are probably all my like favorites that I'm like, ooh, I like that. I like that.
Are you saying what they do or because of the character?
No, not character-wise, just playability-wise. Like, all of them feel very close.
And they can
like, which is the complete opposite of something like Chandra, which is like,
all over the place.
Is really bad for us.
Yeah.
You know, Garrett tends to be really expensive, like CMC-wise. Elspeth does a pretty good job generally. So I do like her playable cards.
The one I hit the most,
Tezzeret seems to be the ones that I'm like, ooh, those I like.
I tend to use, I guess Tezzeret is one that I use quite often, but Teferi Master of Time is the one that and Ajani with a life gain stuff. I mean, those are just the decks I've built, you know. So the Ajani wiping the board if you're gaining life, if you have 15 or more starting or higher than your starting life.
Yeah.
And obviously now Elspeth is the top king for mine just because it fit in so many damn decks. But yeah, no, I agree with you on Tezzeret, because Tezzeret can fit with a lot of, you know, you playing a lot of artifacts and all that stuff. It is a good one to have.
And so we technically are, when we're talking about ones that we like, they are a little bit more niche. Like, this works on a life gain deck. This works on a token deck. You know, Ugin works in colorless decks. Tezzeret works in artifact decks. Like, if they're too general, they tend to, I think, probably they're not good enough value to not have some sort of theme or niche. I would say you kind of want to avoid that. Yet again, or like on another hand, like the hate cards, I think are kind of like generic hate cards are probably okay, because they're probably more geared towards standard. They tend to be a little bit cheaper. They are removable, so they shouldn't be too hated on in a commander game.
Yeah.
But also, I don't play hate cards really in my decks
Right.
either. Like,
So-
unless it's a broad counter spell. Like, I don't even know if I was going to counter a spell, I'm not going to play negate.
Yeah.
You know, that's very specific. Like, oh, I know I want to stop these wraths, so I'm just going to play negate. Like, I'd rather just be able to hit whatever I need to hit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it so little. So I mean, making planeswalkers that have those niche outfits to them, I like them. Like, what does Jace do? I don't know. Kind of draw some cards.
I guess, yeah, drawing would be-
Generically bad. Like, I'm gonna reduce the power on a creature for 5 mana. Like, it's just like, no, that's bad.
It's like they made the best Jason like the first, well, not the first one, but the Mind Sculptor, and then
Yeah,
it's just been downhill since then.
right. I mean, I think the original 5 were quite good.
Yeah.
They were almost perfect to start out with, and I think they worked really hard on it. And after that, they kind of didn't know what they were doing. So I do think having less in a set allows them to focus on making them
Right.
better balanced, better. I don't. They shouldn't be doing 5 a set.
Right. I wouldn't when it happened. I didn't agree. Like, I wanted more, because I was like, well, the more, the people will play them more, because I want more planeswalkers out there. Well, now that we've had over a year, 2 years of not having them as much, and if they follow this track of making them really good and not quintorious garbage, I'm all for that. Like, that's where I want it to go. I want them to be powerful. And yeah, they're expensive, but that's what every set has. Expensive cards. When they're good, they're gonna be expensive, and I just want them to keep doing this because I want to see more planeswalkers. I want to see people playing them more. I don't want to see them make a bunch more. I want people to be like, oh, these are usable cards. I'm gonna put these in the deck.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Elspeth can get killed, but she protects herself a little bit. Anyways, we're going over the same stuff. Was there?
I would say story wise, I wouldn't mind seeing like 1 bad, 2 goods in a set. Like, if we were gonna go 3 per set, I'm maybe okay with that, or 1v1.
What do you mean?
Just like why are we
evil?
here? Because a bad guy is doing something
Evil
bad,
and good. Okay, yeah, I like that.
And then the good guy comes along, and there's that fight and that struggle or whatever. That's story wise. Play wise, I probably don't care.
I thought you meant you just wanted 1 good planeswalker and 1 bad, like it's just a garbage one.
No. Just evil versus good conflict.
Yeah, I dig that. That would be sweet.
So,
but yeah, so I guess overall with them doing the change, for me, I'm like where it's at if they keep doing this. So I hope that they continue. And I mean, but
do we want to officially name ones that we do like beyond some of the discussion? Like, I know you said Teferi, Master of Time. Like, that's one that we were really big on, the looting, the phasing, and the extra turns. Like, we really like that one.
That's probably one of my most favorite to use.
Yeah.
It just, because that's not like a theme one. That's just in general sense. It's a great way for drawing. It's a great way. That one for sure is you play it. The table has to work at trying to kill that, or kill you. But
everybody goes, we got to do something about it. It's a game changer. It changes things.
Yep. My other ones are the ones I already mentioned that are niche. Elspeth here, she's works with tokens, and then my Ajani is the removal. Otherwise, I don't. The only ones that I'll use is if it specifically is working with something that my deck is doing. But so there isn't anything that's popping to mind. I don't use Karn. I don't use Ugin. I don't have a colorless deck. I take that back a little bit. I do have the other Ugin from War of the Spark, the one where the manifest the top or whatever. I do have that.
Colorless spells cost 2 less.
Yeah.
Ineffable.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know what though? That's in my fucking, it's in my Super Friends mirror deck. So, yeah, of course I'm using. I mean, there's a couple that I'm using. What about you? What are ones that you tend to put in your decks?
There's a Chandra that I do really like. It has like 4 abilities. You exile a top card, and if you don't want to cast it, it deals 2 damage to everybody, or you can add 2 red. Or you deal 4 damage to a creature, or you emblem, and whenever you cast a spell, it deals 4 damage to any place. Like, I really like that one. again, that's one of those that is like, I think I'm okay with the 4 range, like CMC wise. And then if it gets more expensive, it just has to be better.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them have not been better at like Elspeth is probably the best 5 mana planeswalker out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree. It's
Like,
ridiculous.
especially for us. And
Yeah.
I know standard has different things that go on, and planeswalkers really can mess up standard, and I know they gotta kind of deal with that. But what's something else that I really like? I should have, I told you I was gonna make a list of ones that I like. I didn't do it. So I always wanted to play the first Vivian a lot more than I ever did. I just never, like, again, they tend to just be overcosted and not doing enough for the abilities that they are.
Yeah. Was it Fell? What's the green one that can be that makes the Land of War elves? What's that one?
Oh, Freyleys?
Yeah. I don't have it in a lot of decks, but probably just my Planeswalker deck. I like that one when it has removal on it. It's giving you a mana. It has removal on it. It has 2 things. And that's what we talked about when we talked about the Planeswalkers the last time. Those are the ones I'll gravitate towards, because if it has multiple things that it's doing, I like those a lot. But they don't make it in decks. I should use it more. Oh, you're going in the dark. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Lowry's disappearing.
Normally for me, I look at that and I agree. Like, I totally get what you're saying. I'm just messing with the lights now at this point. But like the removal is generally a minus, which makes it more vulnerable to the attacks and going away. And then I'm going, I don't want to pay 5 mana to
remove something,
or remove an artifact or enchantment or a creature like that. That doesn't, I guess, work for me. And that's why I think the static ability is really good.
I want them to
when
just
there
continue
are
doing
those
that.
static abilities, it can work into that. So I'm glad that they kind of added that. And it does make it just, when a card isn't powerful enough, like the vehicles, and they're adding more static abilities there, it just makes it more relevant. And then it's like, oh, hey, we could attack with this vehicle as well if we wanted.
Yeah.
Boom.
I think
But any vehicle that only attacks, oof, not very good.
I think if they keep adding static or ETB, I'm fine not having ultimates. Like, I don't care about the ultimates as much, because also if it doesn't have an ultimate, people might not be as inclined to try to get rid of them as fast. It's the ultimate that people are worried about. They're always like, oh, how close are they to that? Let's get it at least down past that so they aren't ultimate. There's keeping it under check. It basically, what people do is what you do to me when we're in Commander games, or you get me down low enough where you're like, okay, I can maybe kill him here, but we'll back off because he's not getting to the ultimate. So that if you don't have an ultimate that wins the game, I don't think they become as threatening. But obviously, Elspeth needs to be destroyed. There's too much going on there. But I think more of this is what I want. I like the direction they are going.
And I can agree with that.
That's where I'm at with it.
And I do think that is where Planeswalkers should be. It should be more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were saying at the beginning, full circle.
There we go.
They are story-wise us.
Right.
We're calling in another player to play with us. And if they come in and go, dink dunk, and they're gone, like, why are we using them?
Right.
Like, it should be drop it, make some tokens, like, get a huge, you got another player with you.
Yeah.
It just load up and then you're going at it. That, I think that's the better feel of a Planeswalker.
Agreed. Yep.
So
All
are
right.
you going to play more Planeswalkers?
Am I going to play? If they keep making these like this, yes. I got to get them first.
It's a little slower going.
Yeah,
I agree.
They're a little more
but
expensive.
I'm interested in playing Tezzeret a lot more than the new Ugin. The new Ugin is a colorless deck. And
Okay,
so, yeah, for sure play it if I'm doing that. But again, got to get it.
100%.
So
All right. Well, we also want to hear what you guys think. What do you guys play Planeswalkers? How many decks do you guys put them in? Do you even like Larry mentioned? How many, when you're even building the deck, do you consider putting in decks? What do you think would make them better? Is there something we're missing there? Would you like it with static, ETBs? Is there another angle maybe that we could go with Planeswalkers? We've had the flip ones where they're creatures on one side and flip over to Planeswalkers on the other. Those are interesting too. Let us know what you guys think on that. We still have something we haven't done for a little bit. Let me move on over there. Oop.
Go.
Get my button going. Let's see if I can remember how to do all this. It's been a while. All right, here we go.
It's been a while.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show.
Look away.
Stump the Smith Savant.
Now it's hidden. All right, you're good. You're back. You can look. All right, gang, if you don't know this game works.
All I saw was She Will Come.
Lucky. If you guys don't know how this game works, I'm going to read the flavor text of a card, and Lowry is going to try to guess the card by asking yes or no questions. Every yes will hear this.
Hello, boobies.
Every no will hear this.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
He gets up to 5 wrong guesses before he's considered stumped. He gets up to 3 clues. If he can get everything about the card but can't get what the card name is, he'll get the initials of the card. If he has a clue left over, he'll get a bonus clue that should help him figure it out. We do give prizes away, so the first 3 weeks is typically a foil proxy, and it's the Ink Moth Nexus that my youngest son made. You can see right there, nice little foil one there. But we made it to week 5. And we now have Starting Town, which is now a $40 card. When we bought it, it was only like a $10, $11 card. So it has significantly jumped up in price. And like I mentioned before, if we go 2 more weeks without Lowry getting stumped, Ragavan will be on the potential winnings there. Card has to be in at least 10,000 EDH rec decks and has to be printed in the last 2 years or more. So not really recent. We got to get a little bit of a growing period on that. Lowry's record is currently 115-42. This is round 42, week 5. And our stumper this week is Mr. RoboCop himself. We have eliminated the chat, so chat can play along, see if you guys can get this before Lowry. And here, we have a 20-minute timer that is going to go up here in just a second. And here we go. Let's read that flavor text. She will come back to me. Very short. She will come back to me.
Gross. All right. She will come back to me. That's a really good one. That does not give me a lot of hints, other than it feels like a male talking about a female. But I can't think of what would be potentially some love stories. There's not a lot of those in Magic, which is nice.
Which is nice.
I'm sure there's who okay. She will come back to me. Okay, so you have like Jace and Vraska. We're kind of going at it a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he wasn't really into it. Man, this is a toughie. Okay, so let's say this is a person. Generally, persons are creatures, and also permanents. I mean, it could be like some sort of steel type, like steal a creature, which would be a non-permanent. But is this a permanent-based card?
Hello, boobies.
Okay. So I think we're probably talking about a creature. This one's tough. For some reason, it's giving me like blue vibes. Like I said, like stealing. Also, there's red that would do that. Who is she? That's a good question. Back to me. Maybe it's giving blue and red. Is this color identity? No. I got one right. Can I get a first clue, please?
The art features a man holding the head of a robot. The art features a man holding a head of a robot.
She will come back to me holding the head of a robot. It's a permanent base spell. Artifacts kind of ring a bell, which is also in blue and red. Doesn't seem like it's stealing, but still kind of feels blue and red. So color identity wise, is this blue and or red at all?
Hello, boobies.
2 for 2.
I'll take a second clue, please.
The text features a way to temporarily cheat creatures into play in a unique fashion.
Ooh.
The text features a way to temporarily cheat. Can't say temporarily. There we go. Cheat creatures into play in a unique fashion.
Can I hear the first clue again, please?
The art features a man holding the head of a robot.
Beldon of the Third Path.
Oh, you got it.
Hello, boobies.
Yeah, I think I gave you too much on the text part. Shoot.
I don't know what because I was in. I think I just got lucky because I honestly went over to. There's a blue artifact creature that taps and you got to return an artifact and then you can cheat an artifact back into play. That was my first thought. And so, yeah.
Then how
not a bad one.
Yeah,
I got there.
Yeah, how did you then eventually get it to there? You thought about what the text ability. I need to go more mysterious. This one, I was trying to be a little more clever with it, but I didn't get clever enough.
So I just looked at this card too.
Oh, did you?
So, yeah, when I'm building that red white food deck that sacrifices artifacts and creatures and stuff like that. So this I did recently see it, and you wouldn't have known that, but also it's something that's been around for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love this card.
That's all right.
It's
okay. RoboCop doesn't need to win. He doesn't need to win. That's fine.
Hey, he can re-enter too because, like I said, this is week 5. We got one more week of if you get by next week, we get the full shebang in there. So 3 cards. So guys, make sure you enter either by shooting me a message on the Discord or shooting us an email at CommanderSmiths@gmail.com. You don't have to be a patron to enter. You can be anybody that if you listen to this cast, you just send us an email with that. RoboCop, if you want, you got Canadian tariff stuff that can't get it over here.
Right, I was gonna say we didn't even want to send that to him anyway. Like paying tariffs on a gifted card.
I was gonna say he can sign a couple of these and send them to us, but I don't want him to send it all the way here and get charged like $30 just to send a stupid card.
No,
I know it's not that.
This is a cheap card.
No, I'm talking about the tariffs on that. That's what I was saying. No, it's only like a 75-cent card,
right.
But I'll tell you what. When he comes to the next Smith Con somehow, then he can bring it then. There you go.
Potentially coming to a warmer spot in the middle of winter, huh?
Yeah, that's kind of funny to say that. Going from Canada going to a warmer spot in Minnesota. All right, gang. Well, hey, we got a shorter episode today. That was nice.
It's over an hour. We're good.
We got it. All right. Well,
it's better to say it at the end of the show than the beginning.
Right.
How about that?
All right. Well, that should do it for this week. We will catch you guys next Tuesday.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
I love boobs. I'm talking tatas.
I know. Better make it.
We can start talking about that. I was gonna ask you questions.
Love boobs. Thanks for the memories. I love boobs.
Give me a second. Hey gang, the best way to support the CommanderSmiths is make sure you slap that like button. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel. Also, check out our online store, CommanderSmiths.com, where we have metal tokens, mugs, t-shirts, playmats, and more.